Hello, everybody. Today I will be doing an overview of the Tier 6 Soviet aircraft carrier Serov. Without further ado, let's get into it. So you can see off the bat, I got the nice camouflage equipped to it. This will probably be the last overview of Soviet carriers for a while until I feel comfortable with the game or until I manage to get the tokens some other way. Without further ado, we'll get into Serov. So Seraph is it's a project based on the Project 68 cruiser that was developed in the USSR in the late 1930s, Project 71. The skills I have are improved engine boost, improved engines, and sight stabilization. And for force skill, I will probably go with enhanced aircraft armor. Armor layout. 19mm plating up here, 21mm deck. Superstructure plating is at 10mm. We've got a small section of conning tower at 50 meters. Citadel armor belt, 100 meters, 100 millimeters, 19 millimeter for hangar plating, 19 millimeter for the bottom of that. Aft end plating, 19 millimeter. Hangar room, 19 millimeter. A section of 30 millimeter on the bottom. There's a section right here that's also 30 millimeter. Citadel deck is 50 meters. Citadel with warship is 100 meters. Other with warship in the front is 120 millimeters. Citadel plating is 19 meters, 19 millimeters. We got a small bottom section that's 30 millimeters in thickness. Survivability of Seraph. It is 39,500 for hit points, torpedo protection, damage reduction, 7%. Aircraft. See the stats here. Skip bombers. Artillery, we got 8x 200 millimeter mounts. These guys. So it's like their guns. We got a nice amount of mid range and no longer range AA. Continuous damage to 17. 1120. Firing range is 5.8 kilometers. Maneuverability is 35.5 knots. Turning circle radius is 880 meters. Rudder shift time is 9.5 seconds. Detectability range by sea is 12 kilometers. Detectability range by sub varies from 0 to 12. Detectability by air is 8.2 kilometers. Assured detectability range is 2.0 kilometers. Got my torpedo bombers mod 2 on there. Aero torpedoes mod 1. Attack engines mod 1. Air group modification 1. Skip bombers. Torpedo bombers. Some engine cooldown and some patrol fighters. Each one. Automatic fighters. Damage control party. Propulsion. Skip bombers. See that I have the best setup on it. The B hull equipped in the second round of airplanes. The ship is in early access right now, which can be obtained via Soviet tokens, which are available in bundles for 1,000 doubloons each, or through the Aircraft Bureau Rivalries event, and I would assume through some other mission chains throughout the month as well. So, further ado, let's take Seraph into battle. I find this carrier to be easier to use than other carriers I've used recently. I've played a little bit of the American CVs from time to time, I just find the Soviet ones just be a little bit easier to use because it's all in one flight, and that the planes recharge pretty fast. So you'll see I'll be going against a team of bots here, some human players. All right, move the ship back there. Launch off these fighters first, then torpedo bombers and skip bombers. Tier 6 does not have rocket boost. That's the Tier 8 and the premium Tier 8's abilities.
Battle starts.
Alright, let's see if I can find a destroyer or something to hunt here. I think the delay is kind of in the middle for the time between delays between attacking and rockets launching. It's kind of in the middle. It's definitely not the fastest, nor is it the slowest. You do have to aim a little bit ahead of targets, that's for sure. Cruiser. Spotting destroyers. Destroyer. I'm gonna try going for the battleship. See your fighters get torn up pretty easily. Now we're gonna do torpedo bombers. Spread is quite nice on these torpedo bombers, but the planes are quite slow. That's the downside. I would say I have more fun with these Soviet CVs than I have with any other CVs recently. But if I am being honest, I do like the Lexington quite a lot when I take out a Lexington. Just have so much fun in Lexington. Alright, let's see here. Try going after this cross over here. No, I think I'll go after Amalfi. Just enough and get down there just right. Torpedo bombers have a long duration between them actually arming and hitting, which I find to be quite interesting. I find that I'm easily able to do damage when I pull out the skip bombers over the other two aircraft attack types. Alright, let's see if I can get in there and attack. Some attacks on these guys. Well, I do find this ship to be fun to play if you just know how to get it. CVs just seem to be in a constant state of limbo as of late. Be either over nerf or over buff. I don't think we've ever found the right balance yet for them. So, I think one of the things Wargaming should do to the Tier 6 in particular is maybe give it that speed boost on the torpedo and skip bombers. It might help them out a little bit as they are pretty slow. Otherwise, the line can be fun if you just know how to let's see if we get some hits off. CVs aren't my main type of ship I normally play, but since they're a new branch out, you know, I gotta cover it in some detail. I'm just not sure if I'll get around to doing the other tier 8. It's gonna be a while, I think. We'll see. Depends on if there's actual interest in me covering the tier 8 here. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Things are not looking too good for wargaming right now, and whenever something big pops off, it seems that Kotaku and all the other news media are covering it quickly. So just try to live in the moment, I guess. Do what you can. See that these torpedoes have a long arming time. It's a while for them to sit there and hit. So keep that in mind. I've heard talk of the tier 8 premium for the Soviets being able to have very tight torpedo spreads, so there's that. But I don't know if I'm just kind of debating that right now, if I'm even going to bother touching the tier 8 premium CV or even getting it, considering everything that's happened. So. Mainly this video, mainly where I put my comfort point of spending on the game at the current. Who knows, maybe things will change, but at the moment things are not looking too good right now. You can tell from my video on the super ships that I am a little annoyed with wargaming at the moment. What they need to do is they need to fix their core issues in the game. And then talk about doing other features for the game. Honestly, do it. You do you. Want to support this company? That's completely your own choice.
Torpedoes astern.
Torpedoes astern. What the hell? Move the CV a ways. Well, getting back onto the main topic, Serov I do find to be a decent carrier for tier 6. I unfortunately don't often get time to partake in some of the bureau events because I often am at my job and I don't have time to cover that stuff sometimes, so I get to things when I can. I do a lot of my work remotely, so I'm able to cover some things, so it's always nice when you can cover at least some of the things. Still, Wargaming is going to have a long ways to go if they want to repair community trust after their constant screw-ups over the last 2 months. Overall, you know, I find the game still fun to play. I'm just kind of taking it at a different pace compared to how I used to. Like, you saw how I would do all them live streams way back when, right? How I would do, like, day after day after day after day. There's a reason why some of that kind of dropped off a bit. I'll let you make your own inferences on that. So live stream when I can, I suppose, but not as much as before due to all the stuff going on, which I covered in prior videos. So, yeah. I find that it's easier to deal damage with the Soviet carriers. Come on, fire off the rockets. Anybody playing CVs right now, it takes a lot of skill. It's not going to be instantaneous mastery of all the mechanics with the CVs. It's going to take time to master the mechanics. Even if you knew the old CVs, it's still going to take you a while to master the new ones. Oh, let me guess. The bot's gonna ram him. So predictable, right? Am I supposed to get anything off this? Ah, tank. Drop him over here. What really kills the fun is the torpedo arming distance is so long compared to everything else. So if I was playing if I'm taking out the Soviet carriers, I would rely more on the skip bombers and the attack aircraft to rack up the damage. Rely on torpedo bombers as little to last resort. You can see it's really hard for me to get some damage on these guys. So the arming distance is quite up there. Obviously, if you're more skilled with the CVs than I am, you're gonna do well. Matter of perspective, you know. Might hit him, might not. Who knows? Probably turn to avoid it at this point. Yep. I'm gonna try to just keep my cool when covering the wargaming dramas and try not to get as heated as I did with the Super Ships video, but sometimes you gotta admit it gets hard. It's hard to cover this stuff when you think about that. Just wish that Wargame would wake up and smell the coffee and just be like, your game's on fire, your game's on fire, what are you gonna do about it, you know? I can't. I mean, I just so surprised that they keep messing up in basic public relations. Just really surprises me. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is a snowball effect that we're seeing right now, and it's not going to go away anytime soon for those that are thinking, oh, it's going to disappear. No, it's not. This is a snowball effect. There's going to be more things that happen, and I'll try to cover them when they happen, but sometimes so many of them happen at once that I can't get around to covering everything. That's why some videos just instantly show up, because I literally will wake up and it'll be like, what did Wargaming screw up this time? No, that's literally how it sometimes is.
Our team has taken the lead.
But you know, it's really up to Wargaming as to how they want to run their game. I don't know how exactly some community contributors, the ones that are in the community contributor program, are able to get around all this. They're just kind of hiding in the corner, not really acknowledging too much of it. But the retired ones, of course, are speaking their mind. You can see the decent damage, 20,700 with Serov. Yeah, that's my overview of Seraph with a little commentary on current events with Wargaming. So I hope you all take care and be safe. It's a crazy world out there right now. Remember to please like, watch, and subscribe for future content. Thank you and have a good day.